Governor Tony Evers, thank you so much for being with us today. It's good to see you.
Good to see you again, Pat. Thanks for inviting me.
Let's take care of several questions all at once as you begin a new year as being governor. So here we go. Number one, Governor, settle a dispute between the states. Who was the first to promise to fix the damn roads? You or Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer?
I have to be completely honest. I think it was a tie. Uh,
You will not be suing her then for copying from you.
Yeah, that's right. No, I think it was pretty. I know if you'd asked her that question, or someone asked her that question, she'd say she led the way. But no, I think it was a tie, and I know she's a Michigan State alum, big time. It was really great to see the Badgers beat the MSU at MSU this year. So Gretchen, what are you going to do about that?
Perfect. Governor, where does up north begin for you? If it's not a highway, maybe a place where when you drive past this place, you immediately feel like you're up north.
Oh, of course, it'd be easy to say Minocqua, but I think up north is a mind thing, and it's less of a road thing. So I'd say anything in the Wausau area and above kind of fits in that category. But there's folks that live in Madison and Platteville that also have that Gestalt part of their world too. So sometimes it's hard to figure out, but I'd say Wausau for sure.
Absolutely. When you meet fellow governors, what's something that still amuses or confuses them about Wisconsin?
Oh, they somehow think that this is a stark Republican state, and they're wrong. We are a purple state. So yes, it's assumed that I'm governor just because I'm lucky, and not because I had some good ideas or that there are Democrats in the state.
What part of being a teacher is still with you today?
Oh, I always felt the most important part of teaching was listening, and I still believe that there's so many good things going on in Wisconsin, and frankly, not all of them are in the capital. You probably know that, and so the more I spend out of the capital, the better governor I am. So listening.
If you could go back for one semester someplace and teach any class, what would it be, and at what level or location?
Yeah, I'd love to go back to Toma and teach biology. Yeah, that would be great. Sophomores in high school.
Where were you, and what first thought went through your head when you heard the state Supreme Court had struck down the current legislative maps?
Oh gosh, where was I? I'm guessing I was on the road someplace. But it's going to make it. It's a difference maker. Simple as that. We are a purple state. The legislature does not reflect that. We have to have competitive races. Our present legislature does not respond to that. So it is huge. You just think about the issue in the state Senate where my appointees can't survive. They get tossed out almost before I appoint them. And so it's a huge thing.
It's funny that you say difference maker because that's actually in my next couple of questions here. What's the biggest difference maker from President Biden in his first term for Wisconsin?
Oh, gosh, all sorts of issues around infrastructure. The money that we poured in to bring money to people that are getting a broadband, for example. A lot of that money was federal money. Our roads, federal money. Our ability to take care of lead in pipes, water, all those things. If you think about infrastructure, you can think about Joe Biden. Simple as that.
And then for you, what's something you've helped enact so far that you think will be a difference maker for years to come?
Well, a couple of things. One is in this last election or budget, the issue of shared revenue. I talked about that 3 or 4 or 5 times a day when I was running for re-election, And a lot of this had, frankly, to do with northern Wisconsin. I can remember being in one of the cities in northern Wisconsin, I won't say where it is, where I was talking to the fire chief. He said, it's a pretty good sized town for up north. And he said, if the crew's out on an issue, that's it. If somebody needed help after that, they're screwed. And so the bottom line is all the hard work that's done at the local level, we had to step up. That was a major issue for me. We got it accomplished, and I feel really good about that. Do we need to do more? Likely, but it was an absolute most important thing we did.
Will Wisconsin women and their allies turn out this year the way they did in the short term after the Dobbs decision?
Yes, absolutely. We've got a Supreme Court at the national level that obviously doesn't believe that women have that right, and we're being challenged at every step of the way. Yes, men too, frankly, need to be concerned about this, and I anticipate that it'll be one of the major things that bring people to the polls.
Let's do a few more personal ones here. Cheese curds, squeaky or deep fried?
Squeaky.
Do you try to rotate your Wisconsin beers, or do most people see you with one that's more of your go-to brand?
I would say rotating is a good thing. Diversity is good.
If the choice is a really cold beer or a perfectly made old-fashioned?
Beer.
Favorite book you've read in the last year or so?
Oh, God, I read a lot. I read trashy novels on my Kindle. God, I can't give you an answer.
That's all right.
Trashy novels do not have names that I remember.
At the end of a long day, your go-to for comfort food is what?
Oh, I'd say a Mountain Dew and some cheese curds.
Fish fries. Do you have a favorite kind? Cod, haddock, perch.
Yeah, it's hard to get perch anymore, but perch certainly is the best.
What movie will you always sit down and watch, even if you come across it when it's halfway done?
That's interesting. I just saw Barbie. I loved it. I want to see it again.
What actor portrays you in the movie about your life story, and does Kathy get a vote into who that'll be?
Oh my God, never. I can't even begin to answer that question. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Is there an underrated road trip destination in Wisconsin?
Yeah, Florence.
Why Florence?
Wisconsin. Well, I spent some time up there helping them get through some issues when I was deputy state superintendent, and I get there almost every year because I go to every county, and Florence is Florence County, and there's just every time I go, I learn something new about that area. And the last time was no excuse. No, I'm hoping to get up there this summer, Florence, Wisconsin.
What's at stake for Wisconsin in these 2024 elections, especially, say, the Wisconsin economy, if Republicans were to take the White House, the Senate, and the House?
Yeah, we have an extraordinary economy going here in the state of Wisconsin, and frankly, our country too. So I think the economy would suffer significantly. And in addition to that, to put a face to that, I do believe that our ability to succeed as a state does rely on something we haven't solved, and that's a whole issue of childcare. As we go forward, if we don't provide some money to those people that do that good work, we're going to lose people out of the workforce to stay home with kids. And we've changed as a country, as a state. We need help in that area. Joe Biden, frankly, helped us in that area. I don't anticipate Donald Trump would. And I also believe we need to have a purple-looking legislature so that we can get something passed here.
Two last ones. This one, tongue firmly in cheek. What's your new secret alternative email address? And would I guess right if I said it was Arthur Fonzarelli at wisconsin.gov?
That would be wrong, and I'm not telling you which one it is.
And finally, the state of the state is?
State of the state is in good shape. I mean, people, and you know this as well as anybody, all the falderall that goes on between the Republicans and Democrats, I still sign more bills than I veto, by far. And you think about the things that happened this last election, or the last session, there were some really good things that happened. We have more money for affordable housing than we ever had before. And so I think we're in good shape as a state. We just need to have more competitive races.
There is no way I could have been provided a better mix of questions. Thanks to Christina Laurie for helping me put together this little visit. Governor Tony Evers, thank you so much for kicking off the new year with us.
Thanks a lot, Pat. Appreciate it.